Is groundwater an underground lake, and is that where I'm getting my drinking water from? No, I'm Allie, and I'm an environmental scientist, and I'm the host of the Aqua Diary Podcast. What is groundwater if it's not an underground lake? If you can imagine soil particles as little circles, when they stack together, they create little spaces in between them. And most of the time, what's in between them? Just air. If you've ever dug a hole deep enough, you probably noticed it filled with water. The very top of that water is called the water table, and all of the water beneath it, it's just wet soil. It's all of those little pore spaces filled with water. So your groundwater, which is your drinking water source, if you have a groundwater well, is literally just wet soil. So there are underground lakes though, and this is called karst topography. Karst is created in areas that have limestone bedrock. That's basically just the base of the ground before you have soil and air above it. Rainwater is slightly acidic. So when it trickles through the ground and it hits this limestone bedrock, it dissolves and creates holes and caves. Inside of these caves is where you can get some really cool things like underground rivers and lakes. But that's not the top of the water table, and that's not the groundwater or the aquifer below where we're getting our drinking water. Another way you can picture this is if you've ever gone to a cemetery and you've seen some of those old headstones from like the 1800s, and it just looks like the face of them has dissolved and you can't even read anything anymore. Well, that's because they used to make headstones out of limestone, and they stopped doing that because the rainwater just slowly destroys them. So now you know your drinking water is not from an underground lake. If you're interested in understanding all of the sources of water and all of the science behind them, I highly suggest you check out my podcast, Aqua Diary, which comes out on April 3rd.